All right. That one?
We couldn't figure that out. So we just kind of skipped over to the second part, you know.
See, they even asked us that in ours. They didn't ask us that in ours. They skipped it. They went straight to the.
Nobody has wrote an answer number one to my satisfaction. Actually, I think did you call them in, or are they
Oh,
going
you
to?
got that from my group when I did that. Jim told me that I did
Hey.
the portfolio. I had the whole portfolio there. By now, they
Damn, you know what?
keep
The camera's on, but out there in the subway.
Actually, turn it off because the other. Are they still in the restroom?
No,
No, they got.
they're coming. Good evening.
Good evening, how are you doing?
Hi,
How you doing? Andy. And Garcia.
Andy.
Yes, sir.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you, and I represent.
Joe.
Industrial.
Nestor.
Beat Industrial.
Leon.
What's your
Maggie.
name? Maggie.
Yes, sir.
How you doing? All right.
Leon.
Vince.
Vince, nice to meet you, buddy.
Leon.
What's the name of y'all's company?
Elite Industrial.
Elite Industrial. Okay, just want to make sure I know who I'm interviewing. All right.
All right. Your company was picked with 3 other as far as price. Your bid was accepted on price. That was acceptable. The final decision is going to be based on who has the best safety culture in between these 4 groups. So each one of us is going to have a couple questions for you, and then towards the last 2-3 minutes of this interview, you're going to be given a chance to ask us some questions. So I'll let him begin with the first set of questions.
Explain how your company gets top management involved in your safety program.
I would say top management. We're in constant communication. We visit the site regularly. We get managers to pretty much give us the information that they're seeing out in the field, giving us more of a, since they're in the field more often, right? Me being the owner, I get in touch with them, and we keep more of the hands-on to the managers, to the techs, gives us feedback, and we, assess what we can do better, how we can improve, or what it is that the areas that we need to be focusing on, whether it be, fall protection, or whether it be, things concerning hearing, whatever it is that's coming up in those times, getting management involved in our, safety of the, I would say I'm sorry, I lost for words here, the workplace, if you will.
Okay. Is that your final answer on that one?
If you guys have something, please. Can you repeat the question so we can?
Explain how your company gets top management involved in safety.
Okay, this is the way the professionals do it. You're a part of your contractor package. You're supposed to submit a signed safety plan with top management's signature on the very first page. That's how any professional company handles it. And those signatures of top management tells us that they've not only read your safety plan, but also accept it, and they actually endorse it. Do you have yours?
About this thing.
No.
Okay.
Do you have one at all?
Yeah, we have one.
You talking about the safety plan?
Yes.
Yes, we do have one. It covers,
Well, let me ask this, who signed off on it?
who signed
Was
off?
it safety director, was it foreman, who signed off on it?
It would be the safety manager.
Okay, see, but what we're looking for is top management, that's vice president, president.
Okay.
So that's what the term top management means, which you should already know if you submitted these types of contractor bids. But okay, we'll move on to the next.
Okay. What would you ask from Michelle to help you become successful out here with us? What do you need from us to help you be successful on an everyday basis?
To attend our meetings.
That's a given.
We're automatically gonna audit your safety rules to see if you're lacking or keeping the par with our requirements. But what I'm asking you is, what do you need from us? Okay, you've already put in a bid, the price is fixed. You can't ask us for anything that costs money, but you can ask us to help you. What we're asking you, what way can we help you as far as safety?
I mean, if you would, see, if you could help, we could help each other. I think communication is always key in order to, make sure that
That's
we're all,
exactly what I'm looking for.
we're all on the
Okay.
same page.
You can ask for us to communicate as far as any incidents that we have. How do we rectify them? How did we learn from those experiences? That doesn't cost us any money, and that's actually professional courtesy. Those are the type of answers that we're looking for, because your price is fixed on your bid as far as the work. So our resources are available to you. You just have to know what resources to ask. We're not going to hold your hand throughout your whole project. You ask and you shall receive, but you have to ask the right questions. Anything else you want to add to that? Anybody? No? All right, go ahead.
No, I think we touched on that.
How does your company instill safety accountability?
We encourage our employees to, not be afraid to come to us with something that were to happen in the workplace. A lot of times employees tend to cover up something, maybe minor little cut, but we like it when they don't cover it up. You never know what a little cut can be, and we encourage that, with an open door policy.
Excuse me. I think the question may be misunderstood. How do you instill in your employees safety accountability? Not.
I think what my friend's trying to say is, as far as training, as far as making sure that we have.
I think that we're going to have to actually stop you there, and I don't mean this in an ugly way, but do you know the definition of the word accountability?
Yes.
Which is, what does that mean to you? Maybe we have a different definition.
Okay, well, accountability would be, his concern for me should be the same as mine.
No, not at all.
Responsibility.
In other words, repercussions, consequences.
If you go out and commit a crime, you're held accountable by a court of law.
Right.
By a certain set
What-
of punishments.
What is your method for instilling in your employee an accountability phase for any kind of a violation of a safety practice, whether it be he's using a ladder properly, he's walking a ladder across a floor, or, how do you instill, short of the threat of you're fired, I mean, that's a given, but how do you instill that in them that they're accountable?
Yes, sir. Excuse me. We haven't approached level 1s, 2s, and 3s. Level 1 being, we're walking through a unit, no hearing protection, ear protection is required. A level 2 being somebody is working with a partner.
Actually, you nailed that one right on the head. That's what we were looking for. You have not a blanket type of repercussion, but it's fitting to the actual incident, and that's what we're looking for. So, being that we're pressed for time, to give you some time towards the end.
How do you give or afford your employees the opportunity to participate in your safety program?
Can you repeat the question? I don't quite understand.
How do you, let me see if I can word it a little different. How do you give your employees the opportunity to be involved in your safety program?
I can answer that. We have, every day we have a monthly, a daily toolbox meeting. When we come back after breaks or lunch, we have another little 2-minute powwow. Every Tuesday, every week, we have a company safety meeting, and everybody's free to speech. Free to talk whenever they, whatever concerns them, or they have any complaints or quarrels or anything like that. We also have a card system where they, it's called Perch. They can go and fill it out, and if they see somebody doing something wrong, they can go write it down. If they see somebody doing something good, they can write it down also on there.
Okay, that's actually what we're looking for. There's just only, you actually answered that question. There's only one thing I want you to clarify. When they write down on the Perch card, what information are they writing down?
They're writing down what they saw. If the person was not tied off in a ladder, he's gonna write that down.
Are they writing down a hard hat number, a name? Are they identifying this person? Or are they just putting the incident down that someone
Well, they're
did
supposed
this?
to go approach that person and tell him what he's doing wrong.
No, but the report, if you will, the report card, we'll call it.
Mhm.
Does that identify the employee, or is it just a,
It's an anonymous card.
okay,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right, that's what I wanted to know. That's all I wanted to
That's
know.
what we
Yeah,
require.
we don't want someone to get in trouble, you know.
Exactly, that's,
It could be a
you answered that question, that's what.
Well, you're opening up a whole can of worms. If you,
All right,
explain to me your company's orientation process for new hires.
For new hires,
Not your safety program, but your orientation.
For new hires, we usually, we get to find out either it's the first time in the field. A lot of the times we get people that already been on the field for years. Sometimes we get people that are first time fresh in the field. When they're real fresh, we don't usually let them climb up until after 60 days, and we just train them. For the first day they're in the plant, we train them through like papers and questions and all that, like for a whole day, the whole first day. After that, we keep them on the floor, make sure they don't climb up on the scaffold for at least like 60 days. And
Let me interrupt you just one sec. I want to reiterate the question. Your orientation process, when you have a man coming into it, whether he's a new hire or not, let me clarify that. He may have been with your company 50 years. But when he walks onto my job site, how do you orientate him for that job? What is your procedure to give this man or anybody walking onto this job, how do you orientate him to this facility? What is your method for doing that?
But we explain the plan rules.
Okay?
see, what we're asking for, are you giving a site-specific
Yeah.
orientation? And
In other
who are
words-
you doing it through, in-house or outsourced?
Have you already walked the site, looked at the risks and stuff, where you can bring these things to your new guy's attention, that this is
Yeah,
plant
we
specific
usually-
or site specific dangers?
We usually we get to know him, what kind of incidents we had before, to prevent him from getting in there, and what kind of hazards are around the facility where we're working at.
Okay.
And
Move on.
You-
to-
Yeah, time's slipping away.
I'll let him take this one.
Go ahead.
Last one, explain your company's culture.
I think we have a culture of how did you put it? You said
Safety is a value. We have it as safety is a value in the sense that not only is it your job to do safety, you know, as an employee, but we try to send you home safely. The way you came to work, we try to send you home. You know, you have the mentality of working safely at work. We try to send you working safely at home. You know, you have the value, and I mean it's
the integrity. You know, you're the same person at the job site safe, you know, as you are at home.
So you're saying safety begins at home?
Yes, safety is a lifestyle, is a mindset, inside and outside of the job.
So you're classifying that as proactive or reactive safety culture?
We say proactive. We really want to prevent before anything would occur. You know, wouldn't want anything to happen. That's why we prevent.
I just want a little clarification. Is this, how old is your company?
12. We started in 2001.
So you're 12 years old, and 12 years, you believe that you've refined your safety culture?
No, I think it's always getting better as far as always being more
Well, then let me stop you right there, then that's reactive. If you haven't refined something, then you haven't taken all the kinks, and you have a reactive safety culture.
Okay.
You're improving it as something happens.
Okay.
It's kind of like, we're gonna write this safety
Right.
culture in blood.
Right.
Ours are decades and decades of implementing in-house and outsourced CSPs, professional consulting companies. We don't expect younger companies to have that type of money, but you haven't asked to implement our safety culture into yours, or a copy of our safety culture. I mean, we are the big dogs in safety,
Right, you are.
so, did they ask this question? Go ahead.
Are your managers trained in at least OSHA 30?
Yes. Yes, they are. OSHA 30. They have, we keep them pretty fresh on courses that OSHA offers, OSHA 510. Got some who've gone to different colleges to obtain environmental safety and.
Who's paying for their education themselves, or is it a company, or is
we-
it a 50-50 program?
We have a 50-50 program. We want to make sure that, you know, they're willing to invest in themselves, and when we see that they're willing to invest in their own selves, then we want to back them up. Let
I
them
like
know,
that
support
answer.
them.
I like. All right, for the last 2 or 3 minutes, you can
Any
ask us any question.
So can we get a copy of your, of your?
Let me say this, our resources are always available to you. There's nothing, we don't believe there's such a thing as a stupid question. And anything that we've implemented, or anything that we've paid for out of our own expenditures for outsourced consultants is available to you as a professional courtesy.
Thank you.
But we do ask that it be kept in between us and you. We don't give you authorization to give our copyrighted work to anybody else, and we ask for that to be returned. We're not gonna hold your hand and give you all the answers. We'll let you give our safety culture a try and implement it while you're on our facility. But we ask that you return that, because we're not gonna give away years and decades of experience just to anybody else.
Right, we appreciate
We
it.
call that the Blue Bible, and it usually comes in a big 3-ring binder with our vice president, president's signature on the very first page, because that's the way professionals do it. So I suggest that before we make our final decisions, that you scurry up that safety plan with the management. So,
Yes, sir.
is there any other questions?
Let me ask you a little bit, what is y'all safety culture?
Our safety culture is perpetual improvement. Our safety culture is based on us not becoming complacent that we know it all, or that we have refined it. But we don't sit on formal laurels, and as far as our numbers being low, what needs to be low, we know that tomorrow, what we know today may not hold true tomorrow. So we're constantly investing a percentage that could have gone into investors' pockets. That's mandatory, it goes into our safety culture development. And it's always a dual benefit for us to invest in our employees' education. And safety, there's always going to be some type of scholarship available to the ones that show an acumen towards safety and alacrity towards that profession. So we've got safety covered 360 degrees, and we have unlimited resources towards that.
Before we close it up, you guys have any last comments?
All right then, gentlemen, ladies. Thank you for your
Thanks,
time.
a pleasure. Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.